for the mosque. It is for our people in general. We must do something for ourselves, or we will continue to suffer the consequences. So, brothers and sisters, I'm happy to be back, fresh off the plane from Rochester, New York, and have been traveling the last few weekends. But I know you have been enjoying the messages of Minister Farrakhan across these airwaves. Aunt P, what's up, man? We got Aunt P in the house. You know, a lot been going on in the city, man.
Yes, sir.
New police designee, police commissioner designee. What's up, man? I've been traveling, so you gotta give what's up.
Well, as of like an hour ago, we've had 10 days of no violence in Baltimore in terms of no homicides, which is a big improvement. Now, the debate's going on in the city about who gets the credit, and I feel like that's very petty. I think that God gets the credit. You know,
Absolutely.
that people's hearts have started to turn and say, you know what, let's put the guns down. Of course, we had a few shootings in between the last 10 days, but nothing that's been fatal. We also have MTA announced today that unfortunately the metro will be shut down for weeks
Yeah, I saw
versus
that.
just a weekend, so that's gonna be controversial as kids gotta go back to school tomorrow. What's the game plan to getting young people to go to school and go to work? People gotta go to work. We also have discussion about what's going on with this new police commissioner designee, as well as the police corruption trial taking place.
Yeah, big, major stuff happening with that.
Mayor Pugh got a lot of flack last week because they interviewed her in a press conference about the police trial. In the summer, she basically said at the initial conversation that, you know, she's not really paying attention to that information. However, she came back to redact her statement and say that she meant she's not following the Twitter or the daily social media posts. But the question becomes is, as a leader, you got to stay tuned to everything.
Yeah, but you know, of course, you know, in public opinion, you can't be the top job in the city and you're not getting daily briefings.
That's right.
On what's going on. But I heard that, you know, her point is that she has a city to run. And, you know, that's why I'm glad I'm not a politician or in public office like that, because there's just too much to be trying to deal with. But
That's right.
you know, it's good to see you. Of course, your Patriots took a dive. You know, yeah, I'm talking football on the final call, man. Look.
We'll be back next year.
All right, that's what's up. Steelers still got more championships.
Until
Hey,
next
big shout out to the Ravens too. You got a good pick coming up, man. Y'all got the #1 pick. But as we transition, man, and always, I know we got some shows to work on, and hopefully the mayor will be coming through in a few weeks, so we'll get a chance to really get with her about, you know, what's going on, what's happening. Of course, we got to get an update about the school situation, what's going on with Baltimore City Public Schools in a few weeks. But we're in the midst of Black History Month, so it's always a pleasure to focus on local situations. So I'm happy to have back in studio with us tonight. And of course, brothers and sisters, you can hit us up, 410-367-93. Oh, I'm giving a Moss number, 410-319-8888. My bad, I'm in Moss number 6 mode, people. But look, man, I'm happy to have my brother, Christopher White, back in the building. Author, activist, man, working with our children. A whole lot going on. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But peace and blessings, my brother. Good to see you. Been a while.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing you on social media doing your thing. And the book looked like it's really going well, and other things that you got going on. Talk to us, man.
How y'all doing, man? I'm just happy to be back. Y'all said I was family. I'm back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I've been pushing this book. I just met up with my partner. I knew about him like 17 months ago, but you know, I always made a mess of things when I moved on my own, so I had prayed about it, and people kept saying, holler at Snoopy, holler at Snoopy. I wouldn't holler at him. But we went to a funeral a couple of weeks ago, and I seen him, and God said, move down. I moved, and he just shut down everything so we can design this line right here. So we've been doing the fitteds, the T-shirts. We're coming out with the line. We're going to launch it on Friday.
Well, you know, we on live radio, so of course, as we shooting live social media, the people that's listening via radio, they need to know what you're talking about.
We talking about,
tell us.
we talking about this Be More Loyal line.
That's right.
You know,
Clothing
we got-
line?
Clothing line. Got the Be More Loyal clothing line coming out Friday. We're going to launch it. It'll be the grand opening. Plus, Be More Loyal Part 2 going to come out this month too. So we're going to drop 2 things this month.
And so when we talk about be more loyal, this clothing line is stemming from your book. And so give our audience a refresher on your book, Be More Loyal, 30 Years Before Dishonor.
Well, Be More Loyal 30 Years Before Dishonor is basically me growing up and me catching a case back in 1998. I went to trial. They gave me 30 years. So you're going to see a lot of T-shirts and hats. They're going to have 30 on them. That represents the time that they gave me. And then you're going to see the Be More Loyal 19s, TM. That's the time I done. And September the 19th, 2016, President Obama signed me out on clemency. And I got this letter I want to read to the world, but, you know, it kind of get me kind of emotional.
Yeah.
Because I lost my mom like 5 days after me coming home and being with her. So I'm going to let Brother Carlos Muhammad read the letter to the world.
Listen, brothers and sisters, this brother is letting us know that he was locked in the belly of the beast. They gave him 30. He was blessed to do 19 and come out. But he just handed me this document, and being a historian, brother, I know you can make this copy, man, frame one up. But this is from then President Barack Obama, 44th President of the United States, and it's dated August 30th, 2016. Dear Christopher, I wanted to personally inform you that I am granting your application for commutation. The power to grant pardons and clemency is one of the most profound authorities granted to the President of the United States. It embodies the basic belief in our democracy that people deserve a second chance after having made a mistake in their lives that led to a conviction under our laws. Thousands of individuals have applied for commutation, and only a fraction of these applications are approved. I am granting your application because you have demonstrated the potential to turn your life around. Now it is up to you to make the most of this opportunity. It will not be easy, and you will confront many who doubt people with criminal records can change. Perhaps even you are unsure of how you will adjust to your new circumstances. But remember that you have the capacity to make good choices. By doing so, you will affect not only your own life, but those close to you. You will also influence through your example the possibility that others in your circumstances get their own second chance in the future. I believe in your ability to prove the doubters wrong and change your life for better. So good luck and Godspeed. Sincerely, President Barack Obama. Man,
Wow.
tears flowing up in here, man. But that's a good situation, brothers and sisters, to know that our brother was given that second chance. And as I can tell you, as we on part 2 tonight, you took full advantage of that second chance. You off to the races, bro. Talk to us, man.
I'm sorry y'all for crying, but it's just tears of joy just hearing.
Yeah,
Not
you
even
got
when
it
I
right.
read it, anybody who read it, you know, I just get a sense of joy from it. And man, I'm just out here trying to get these youth right, man. You know, I didn't make my mistakes. I got up, I dust my knees off. God gave me the ability to keep on persevering. So it's my job to go out here and go in these corners where these drug dealers are. I'm not saying I hate the drug dealers because I got a lot of respect for them because they hustling, but they just got to change their product. And I'm the living testimony where as though, you know, you can still be a hustler and you can still be down, but you got to be down for God, though. And I changed my product, and I'm out here moving, man.
Yeah. And I noticed that when we talked the last time, you know, we were talking about the book. It's not just you've written 15 books?
Yeah, 15 books.
15 books, and part 2 getting ready to come out, you said,
Yeah,
in a
this
few
month,
days?
they're working on the front cover right now, so we're going to drop part 2 to Be More Loyal this month.
Because that's like your flagship book.
Right.
Be More Loyal. So, brothers and sisters, if you're just joining us on the final call, we're talking to author and activist and now clothing line, apparel entrepreneur, Brother Christopher White. And man, like I said, man, it was a pleasure to meet you some months back as you came down to the Juvenile Detention Center to talk to our young brothers down there on many different levels, many of them facing adult charges, others in the juvenile status that we're trying to prevent from being a part of that kind of like school to prison pipeline situation that's happening with our people. What has been some of the reaction? I know you've seen some of our little soldiers out in the street, maybe a few of them since you've come down. Have you seen anybody out there?
I be seeing them. They be moving so fast, though, but, you know, I still try to keep a couple of dollars in my pockets because when they got them squeegees in their hand, like we talk about squeegees,
Yeah.
boys, when they got those squeegees and they at their gas station pumping that gas, man, I always try to give them something to let them know, man, I want to see you right here. I don't want to see them on the corner. So Yeah, they be happy to see me though.
Yes, sir.
And someone be like, man, some of the guys mad at me because I ain't been back.
Right.
So-
Well, we got to work on that, man. As you know, the prison industrial complex, whether adult or juvenile or just the system, it's a constantly evolving, shifting system where at the moment they will make a new law to do whatever it is that they're trying to do. But one of the things that I can respect about you is that you didn't bring any cut cards. I mean, you went right at the situation with them. You made it very clear that though you have a background, you wasn't trying to glorify that lifestyle because we know that that's what they're attracted to. They're attracted to this money, this fast way of life. Most times, really not so much even because of just what they see in the hood. Now the music industry has been really promoting this lifestyle, though the rappers themselves, they don't sell drugs, they sell records.
Right.
And they making millions of dollars, but they influencing our little young soldiers who want to look like them, who might want to drive like them, even rap like them. That the only way to do that is to go out there and sell death to our people, unbeknownst that it's destructive of our community. And many of us, we got sucked into that in the middle 80s, late 80s, early 90s, all because we are in these situations where we have absolutely nothing. Poverty is systemic, especially here in Baltimore. But your message to our youth is something that all of our young brothers and sisters should hear. Now I hear you in the schools now.
Yeah, I partnered up with Harlem Park. They call it Abudus Fells now. The principal said she liked the job I was doing down there. I've been getting a lot of donations as far as like checks, money, just for the schools. I mean, they see my movement. A lot of people been backing me. They've been giving me like tennis shoes for the kids, clothes, jackets, coats, everything. Everything that we got in our house, we got. You know what I'm saying? Soap, deodorant. We go down there and we just give it out. We had
Yes,
a fashion show last week, and a lot of kids came in there like they were shopping, but they wasn't shopping because they didn't need money. They just had to show up.
Yeah.
And they seen how that went, and it went so well. They said, "Man, we need you to run the Captain Closet." So they want me to come there every day. They need me in the school every day.
Yes, sir.
My presence alone, they saying it helps the kids who got talents who be holding it back. I call on them. They come up on the stage with me now, and they be reading, they poetry, they sing songs for me. They do everything. They want to go in the booth with me, or my son, or whatever. They just want to be a part of the movement. And if I could just like say a good word to one of those kids to change their mind, that's all I be trying to do.
Yeah.
And now they see they got somebody. I mean, person might call me on the phone. Hey, Chris, man, you know, one-on-one down here. Somebody want to talk to you. So they'll call me down there. And now I can go to the schools and just be that father figure or that friend, mentor, or whatever to those kids, man. I just want to see them do right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, one thing that stands out to me in my early development in doing this type of work of service, there's a great honor in serving our people, no matter what condition that they're in. And I remember my leader and teacher, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, telling me in my 20s, as we were getting started in this journey on this development in the city, and he said, man, stay in the schools if you can. Stay in the jails if you can. He said, because those young brothers and sisters and then our brothers that are incarcerated need that message of hope because they've been dealt so much negativity that they need somebody to give them some hope and give them some direction. And he said, one thing about it is they will never forget you. He said, if you go in them schoolhouses and serve them people and you go to them brothers that are incarcerated and serve them, he said they will never forget you. And I bear witness, 24 years later. There are adults now that say, man, I remember you came to Booker T. That was really one of the first schools I went into as a minister, and then all of the brothers that I met that were incarcerated as we were going in to deliver the message, they never forget that. And so, man, big salute to you because, like you said, them children, they're not going to forget you. If they got a coat or pair of shoes, it's okay, but they going to remember you. Because you were there to serve them.
That's right.
And if nothing more than to give them a hug, give them a smile, give them an encouraging word. Look, brothers and sisters, if you want to join the conversation tonight, you can dial us up at 410-319-8888. We're talking to author and activist and entrepreneur Christopher White tonight about his life and, of course, what he's doing in the community. Many things going on. I saw that you were talking to me about the serving the homeless as well. Getting out there to be a part of trying to make a difference in the lives of many of our brothers and sisters who are homeless, which Baltimore, we need to have a greater conversation about that because that's a growing epidemic in the city. What has been some of your interaction with our homeless family?
Well, the homeless, you know, I rode past Martin Luther King one day. I seen this lady. She was reading this old book, pages missing and everything. So I was like, "You read books?" She said, "Yeah, I give her a book." She read the book. I seen her again. She's like, "Man, that was a good book." I passed it on. But my whole thing with the homeless is, you know, during Christmas time, everybody was with their family, opening gifts. And, you know, me and my Be More Loyal team, we wasn't doing that. We was out serving soup, water, grilled hamburgers, grilled hot dogs, and we just feed the homeless, man. I mean, they people too.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's somebody, aunt, mother, that's
right.
somebody family member out there.
Mhm.
And I treat them like I want to be treated. So if I was out there homeless, I would want somebody to stop and give me something to eat too.
Yeah.
Or we give them hats, gloves. Shout out to Chris Sims, that's my partner. She was getting out, giving people hugs, wrapping the scarves around them, putting the gloves on their hands and all that. Even the Squeegee Boys, we stopped and she get them money and put the scarves on them. So, man, I'm just here to serve, man.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why you're blessed. You know, and I know, and that was the other thing that I remember, and I want you to just talk a little bit about how important it is to talk about the power of the Creator, talk about the power of God. And I saw you do that with those little young brothers at the jail, man, to let them know that it's only by the permission of God.
That's right.
And the help and the grace of God. And we know that when we're not afraid to give Him the credit and the glory, we're going to stay blessed.
No question, God first. There's only one. But man, I wouldn't be doing none of this without God. You know, I don't have no job. I quit my day job to go out here for these kids. So I don't work. But God seemed to make ways for me to always pay my bills and be able to do the stuff that I do for the kids and the homeless people. I just like giving, man. I get a person to shirt off my back if they ain't got it. And I just feel so good giving. That's it. I want to give till I can't give no more.
Yes, sir.
And then I get the flack from the people, you know, I guess they can call them, they not haters, they people too, but they just got these spirits on them that's just operating through them. So
Yeah.
when you can discern things like that, you don't get mad and upset about when people telling you, man, you crazy, man, you keep doing all this for free, and you doing this for free, when you gonna get some money? And I keep telling people, man, it's not about chasing money, man. God put talents inside of each and every one of us where the money gonna chase us if we do by His will. So as long as I keep doing it by God's will, He gonna line it up where it's doing. I'm gonna get that trillion. And you got these guys chasing cars, I'm chasing the 747. I want me a plane. I told God that. So I want me a plane, and I know He gonna give it to me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
keep working for Him, and that's all I can do, man. And then even with the giving part, I'm gonna switch it for a minute. When you go into the streets and you selling dope, and you come out with your dope, people don't know you got good dope until you give out testers.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's flip it to my side. I'm giving my testers of being able to change somebody's life, or to save that little kid life, or to go in those schools and show them my clothes, because we ain't supposed to be chasing Michael Jordans and Carmelo Anthony's or nothing like that. I tell the little kids, they supposed to be chasing their own clothes. I want to see your name on a hat. When you go on my diamond and go in the Foot Locker, you ask for a size 8.5 and them Christopher Whites up there on those shelves.
That's right.
So as long as I can keep doing this and God keep allowing me permission to do what I do, those kids listening to me, and they're gonna want their own shoes.
Yes, sir. See, that's the kind of visionary that I'm talking about in terms of instilling in our children that type of vision, that you can do something for yourself. You can have your own clothing line. You know, I did it literally for 6 years. You know, and of course, you're always trying to look for somebody maybe younger and a little bit more focused to do it, as I had to move on and do more important things at the time. But the fact of the matter is, I was able to do it. And take it from just, you know, a little silkscreen t-shirt, starting out like that, to embroidery and other things. But to see my young brothers, I have a good young brother named Isaiah. He has Peace God Apparel. He's in the mosque with us and doing great things, and will do greater things with it and inspire other young brothers. And in fact, we want to really come back. I was talking to some of the brothers at the jail that got clothing lines. We got a couple of employees down there that have clothing lines. And I just want to have a show about clothing lines, black-owned clothing lines, street apparel. So definitely when we do that round table, you got to come back in, even if you call through the phone, if you can't make it in, whatever. You always welcome up here. We gonna make it happen. But real quick, because we're gonna go break in just a few minutes. You travel outside of Baltimore, man? What's up? You been somewhere else?
Yeah, I've been up New York.
I just wanted to check. You know,
Ball up there.
yeah.
And you know I had to, yeah.
Seen you in Times Square with the
I was
book.
going up, I was everywhere, man. Look, they like, what's that? And Baltimore's up here in New York, man. I come to bring it up here.
Yeah. So New York is my second home, man. It's the greatest city on earth to me. No doubt on Baltimore. but it's the planet. Well, I mean, you was all out in the streets with the book. I seen you. I mean, I seen the pictures.
Man, I couldn't even sleep. I was up 4 or 5 in the morning walking the streets of New York. Man, I was just strolling like I lived up there. I'm like, man.
And there was an audience out there for
And
you
people
too.
still out there, man. What you? And I'm live on Facebook. You know I'm live.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
People was up with me too.
Wow.
I had fun up in New York, man.
Yeah, that's great, man. Listen, brothers and sisters, we're talking to author and activist and clothing aficionado and all of this, man. I'm so happy. If you hear it in my voice, I'm happy for my brother because of him sharing his testimony in terms of what he has gone through in his life and being able to recover. You know, God made you like that. He made you strong
That's
like
right.
that to do it. So listen, we want you to keep it locked. We're listening to the Final Call right here on Public Radio WEAA 88.9 FM, the voice of the community. We'll be right back.